Tremaine Anthony Jackson, July 12, 1976.
But first, terrorized by a state trooper, you are watching video of Arizona DPS trooper Tremaine Jackson at his very first court appearance.
Jackson's accused of abusing his power, preying on female drivers who crossed his path along the I-10 corridor in Phoenix where he patrolled. Tremaine Jackson now facing 61 charges, including kidnapping and sex abuse. Every victim in this case is someone the trooper pulled over for a traffic stop.
And so far, 8 victims have come forward. Tonight, one of those women sharing her story exclusively with ABC 15. Investigator Sonu Wasu joins us with the disturbing details.
It was heavy traffic. There was a lot of traffic that day near the stack.
This is 26-year-old Jasmine from Goodyear, one of many women pulled over by Trooper Tremaine Jackson. Jasmine calls her encounter with the state trooper terrifying. She asked us not to show her face and is speaking to us through her attorney, Jody Broaddus.
And as soon as she got pulled over, he has asked her some questions and kept her for 45 minutes approximately, questioning her, talking to her. And like I said, the conversation was extremely inappropriate and sexual in nature.
Jasmine says she was told she was pulled over for having a cell phone in her hand. But she says all Trooper Tremaine Jackson wanted to talk about was sex.
The guy gave her the creeps. He was a creepy guy, never referred to her by her name. Instead, he wanted to refer to her as the busty, green-eyed Latina.
Jasmine is one of 8 victims who have come forward. Court documents ABC 15 has obtained contain disturbing details of other traffic stops involving other victims. In the probable cause statement, investigators say Jackson told one victim she had nice lips, asked her to spin around for him, made the victim touch his private parts. Another victim says the trooper stared at her chest and made grunting noises, asked her for her bra size, and asked her what she would be willing to do for him. A third victim says the trooper asked her to wash his motorcycle naked. Another says the trooper followed her to a friend's house. When she locked herself in, the woman says the trooper shined his flashlight in the house, then circled around the street several times on his motorcycle. These court documents reveal during some of these traffic stops, the trooper was actually making overtime pay. At least one incident took place during a special DUI task force assignment.
It's a tough time to be a police officer, and what this officer did made it a lot tougher.
Attorney Mark Victor, whose firm is handling at least 2 victims' cases, says he believes there are others.
It would seem unbelievable to me that this just started, right? So I would expect that there's probably a lot of victims out there. There's probably a lot of people who are afraid to come forward.
DPS officials say after studying Jackson's traffic stop data for the last 6 months, they see a pattern showing Jackson pulled over more female drivers than male. An investigating officer writes Jackson placed female victims in positions of desperation and fear, and that he used his position as a peace officer to further his predatory behavior and illegally detained women he found attractive.
It really calls into question every case that this officer was involved in for the entire time he was a police officer.
Sonu Wasu, ABC 15, Arizona.
Jackson's bond is now set at $150,000. If he is able to post bond, he is required to wear an ankle monitor and will have to abide by a curfew. He is also not allowed to contact any of his victims or witnesses in this case.